SeaWorld, from ocean dreams to global debate. For decades, SeaWorld has been a symbol of wonder, spectacle, and controversy. To some, it represents joyful family memories, dolphins leaping, orcas splashing, and unforgettable encounters with ocean life. To others, it is a cautionary tale about animal captivity and the costs of entertainment. This is the story of SeaWorld, from its ambitious beginnings to its rise as a global icon, its fall into scandal, and the uncertain road ahead. It all started in 1964. Four young entrepreneurs, George Millay, Milton Shedd, Ken Norris, and David DeMott, set out to create something the world had never seen: a marine life park. Their original idea was simple: a restaurant with an underwater viewing gallery. But as they developed the concept, the dream expanded into something much bigger: SeaWorld. The first park, built on a modest 22 acres in San Diego, cost about $1.5 million. It opened with a few dolphins, sea lions, and aquariums. In its first year, nearly 500,000 people came to see the sea up close. SeaWorld wasn't just a theme park, it was a gateway to the ocean for people who might never dive beneath its waves. By the 1970s, SeaWorld had expanded to Ohio, Orlando, and San Antonio. But one figure would define the brand more than any other: Shamu. Originally, Shamu was the name of a female orca captured in 1965. But over time, it became a stage name used for many orcas in shows across the parks. These Shamu shows became SeaWorld's crown jewel. They blended awe and entertainment, dazzling crowds with synchronized leaps, splashes, and stunts. For many children, the sight of a killer whale up close was unforgettable. By the 1980s and 90s, SeaWorld was firmly established as a leader in family entertainment: part amusement park, part aquarium, part circus. Yet behind the spectacle was a darker reality. In order to fill its tanks, SeaWorld and other marine parks relied on wild captures. Throughout the 1960s and 70s, dozens of orcas were taken from the wild, many from the Pacific Northwest. Pods were chased by boats and helicopters. Calves were separated from mothers, and some animals died during the process. Public concern began even then. By the 1970s, Washington state banned orca captures. Activists accused SeaWorld of tearing apart families for profit. SeaWorld turned instead to breeding programs, but the controversy never fully went away. Orcas in the wild can live 50 to 80 years. In captivity, their lifespans are often much shorter. Tanks, no matter how large, cannot replicate the vastness of the open ocean. Many captive orcas developed collapsed dorsal fins, unusual aggression, and repetitive behaviors. Still, SeaWorld marketed itself as both entertainment and education. Trainers spoke about the animals' intelligence, their family bonds, and their role in the ocean ecosystem. For decades, millions of visitors saw SeaWorld as their first introduction to marine science, without questioning what life was really like for the animals behind the glass. In 1992, an orca named Tilikum arrived at SeaWorld Orlando. Captured in Iceland in 1983, Tilikum had already been involved in the deaths of 2 people at other marine parks. In 2010, tragedy struck again. During a performance, trainer Dawn Bronshaw was pulled underwater by Tilikum and killed. The incident shocked the world. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, launched investigations, and SeaWorld faced lawsuits and fines. For the first time, the public began to question not just the risks to trainers, but the morality of keeping such powerful, intelligent animals in captivity. In 2013, the release of the documentary Blackfish changed everything. The film told Tilikum's story, and in doing so, put SeaWorld on trial in the court of public opinion. Graphic footage, interviews with former trainers, and emotional storytelling exposed the hidden side of captivity. Public outrage exploded, attendance dropped, share prices plummeted, Celebrities and major sponsors cut ties. Politicians proposed laws to ban orca captivity. SeaWorld's carefully crafted image of fun and family was crumbling. Facing financial and reputational crisis, SeaWorld announced sweeping changes. In 2016, the company ended its orca breeding program. The orcas currently in their care would be the last generation at SeaWorld parks. Theatrical orca shows began to be phased out, replaced by educational presentations. At the same time, SeaWorld highlighted its rescue and rehabilitation efforts. Since its founding, the company claims to have rescued over 40,000 marine animals. From stranded manatees to injured sea turtles, SeaWorld positioned itself not just as an entertainer, but as a conservation leader. But SeaWorld also knew conservation alone wouldn't pay the bills. As public demand for animal shows declined, the parks reinvented themselves. Roller coasters and thrill rides became the new centerpiece attractions. Today, SeaWorld's identity is split. Part animal park, part amusement park, struggling to find its balance. The debate continues. Supporters argue SeaWorld inspires millions to care about marine life, funds vital rescue programs, and provides an educational experience unlike any other. Critics insist no animal as large and intelligent as an orca belongs in captivity, no matter the care provided. Some countries, like Canada, have banned whale and dolphin captivity altogether. Could the United States eventually follow? SeaWorld stands at a crossroads. Its original vision, bringing the ocean to people, collided with evolving public values. The last orcas at SeaWorld will live out their lives in captivity, but no new ones will follow. The company is betting on conservation and roller coasters to define its future. The story of SeaWorld is bigger than one company. It reflects our changing relationship with animals, entertainment, and the natural world. How we balance wonder with responsibility. How we choose to connect with nature in the 21st century. From ocean dreams to global debate, SeaWorld remains one of the most fascinating and divisive chapters in the history of human interaction with the sea. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to keep up to date on our latest documentaries and help support our channel.